All right, here we are in round 3. We're on the draw. I'm going to keep this. Because we have the anticipate, we can guarantee our 3rd land drop. And like the hand looks okay. And you know, being on the draw, a lot can happen anyway. So we have turn 2 anticipate, turn 3 Lifespring Druid. If our opponent is very, very aggressive, we may have to turn 3 sheer drop them. But ooh, red white. So this is the person who got all the sweet allies that we've had to pass. So there's the angel, which is really good. This is the first strike one. Yikes. All right, so I can anticipate here, since I haven't hit a 3rd land drop, I'm gonna play the 2/2, and hope to draw a land next turn. We can anticipate for our land next turn if we don't hit it. But at least this way, our opponent doesn't have a free attack here. I think our opponent's going to be quite aggressive. So if we can stymie that in any way, I think we should. Of course, if we start stalling out on lands, that's really bad for us. So ideally we draw a land and we just play the Lifespring Druid, and then we have access to like Eyeless Watcher next turn, the following turn, and then go from there. But I think if we just like play to anticipate this turn, our opponent put a 2nd threat on the field, then we're like basically admitting taking 4 or more damage every turn. Whereas at least now our opponent has to think, either blow a removal spell on the Gnarlid or offer a trade. If we do not draw land, I will anticipate main phase so that we can hit our land drop. Because then at least the following turn we can play our Eyeless Watcher. Alright. Could mean a trick, but I don't think that there's much I can do about that. Okay. It's a pretty decent trick too. Alright, sweet. Hit the land. So we can run out the Druid this turn. This is going to open up Sheer Drop for us, and at least Watcher next turn. So since our opponent didn't get to further their board, we can afford to take a few hits here. Definitely take this hit. Ooh, nice. So they didn't play anything. We could play our Blight Herder here just in anticipation of, like we don't have our ingest guy at the moment, and just putting a 4/5 onto the battlefield actually doesn't seem terrible. Opponent could have Smite the Monstrous here though, so maybe that's like a reason to play Eyeless Watcher instead. Yeah, let's play the Eyeless Watcher. Puts in some chump blocks and everything. We get to swing back for 2. I guess our opponent could have that card that deals 4. Which would be a bummer, because then that does turn off our sheer drop. But at least we have like Brood Monitor and Blight Herder coming down the line that it wouldn't cripple us here. Opponent's thinking a lot about this block though. So it does make me believe that they have some sort of removal spell. Alright, nice. They leave up mana again. I think it's definitely Smite the Monstrous. But this could just be that Angel. Court Entanglers. Tap target creature. Okay. It's pretty good. You get to tap down one of our guys. This guy gets first strike. Yeah. I'll just take the damage here. No reason to do anything else. Question is, do I want to sheer drop this guy? I got a good sheer drop and awaken. But then, like, if my opponent plays the angel or something, I don't really have anything to do. I think I'd just rather play the Blight Herder. It holds back both of my opponent's creatures, and even though I don't get the upside, a 4/5 for 5 is just still fine. And then pass. This will hold back the attack for this turn, hopefully. And if it doesn't, then obviously my opponent has another trick, which is, again, fine. Like, having them blow their tricks now makes it more likely that our later stuff will stick. But I think I want to hold on to the sheer drop, since like the Blight Herder at least answers these two cards. Definitely don't feel ahead at this point. I think it's still very much like anybody's game at this point. Even though I have a more impressive field, our opponent has a more probably explosive deck that operates on like a lower mana curve, so they could easily play like two things this turn, and then all of a sudden we're behind. I think what I would like to draw is a land, just because then I don't have to eat my Scions to play like my Brood Monitor and like, you know, get sort of really far ahead. Of course, I could also just play another Lifespring Druid and just hold up Anticipate, looking for a better threat. Because like Blight Herder is fine, but not anything super impressive. Here's that Smite the Monstrous probably. No? Fireman. Oh, this one's pretty good, right? Gain Menace. Yikes. So we're going to have First Strike, Menace, and they're going to get to tap down the 4/5. It's really good. We're probably going to have to sheer drop something here. I'm guessing. I mean, the 3/4 is like the obvious choice, just because it's the biggest thing, and it does like take our creatures out. Ooh, what is this? No. All right, opponent. I respect it. We're not going to block here. We're going to take 5, going down to 11. The Menace isn't such a problem on the 2/2s, though the First Strike is. All right, so that's actually a pretty sweet draw. We're going to go ahead and awaken this one and kill the Entanglers. We'll awaken a Forest. This way, if they don't have an ally, we have jumps. We can like double block the Menace one. We could really use a land here though. Like another land lets us sheer drop their next creature, and then we look pretty good. But opponent really could have, you know, any number of things to get them out of this. Chief among them being that Angel. If my opponent does not play anything this turn, I think the line I want to take is just playing a Lifespring Druid and leaving up Anticipate. Ooh, Firebird. Whenever a land, they can pay 6. All right, that's actually a big problem. Like, we do not have answers to that. No permanent answers anyway. And like, if they're sandbagging a land this turn, yeah, it's pretty rough. What we draw? Sky Spawner is a pretty good draw. Yeah, I think we're just gonna play the Sky Spawner. I think I'm gonna hold the Forest back still. We'll run out the Sky Spawner to chump their bird, and then hold up Anticipate. Yeah. Doesn't seem great. So I do have 4 mana at my disposal here. I could just sheer drop this now, but I think I'd much rather just sheer drop it once I have the Awaken available. Does going down to 5 really put me in a tight spot? I don't think that it does. But I think I am going to chump it this turn. We're just getting like choked on lands pretty heavily here. All right, another Blade Whirl. That's actually really bad for us. That second Blade Whirl, because now we can't chump. So yeah, I think we're just gonna lose on this turn, right? Because all of a sudden these guys all gain Menace, and so I have to double block and like double chump each one of them, except for like with the land. I'm just gonna concede. I think we cannot win this game anymore. Yeah, just missing too many land drops there really took it out of us. I maybe should have sequenced things a little bit differently. Definitely want the plummet for this matchup. Territorial Baloth also looks pretty good here. Probably can cut one of my Gnarlids. Is that true? Yeah, I think I can cut one of the Gnarlids. Like, this does not look like an opponent where it matters that I have, a 2-drop on turn 2. Especially being on the play. So I'm going to run it back. Just having like a 4/4 would be nice. This hand looks great. Probably going to hold the elf until turn 3 if we don't draw another 3-drop. Our deck is full of 3-drops though, so it's possible that we play the elf on turn 2. Yeah, hand looks good. Anticipates a decent draw. I'll fire it off here, I think. Well, I actually don't really need anything this turn, and we have a good play on our turn, so I'm just going to draw the turn. Like, yeah, firing it off is fine because it gives us like a way to dig, but I think we're going to want it much more when we're like looking for something in particular. Like at this point in the game, it's not really clear what it is we want. We have our turn next turn with Eyeless Watcher, and we have Sheer Drop available, so there's no real pressure on us to like be doing something. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and attack here. We may run into a removal spell, but again, running into removal spells is fine. All right. Like, as long as we're the ones applying pressure, I think this game is going well for us. Like, our opponent has a lot of pressure, so since they haven't put anything out yet, I think that's a pretty good sign. Having second thoughts here. That is interesting. Wonder why. Oh, interesting. So they want it to block here. Huh. So what do I do about that? Ooh, well that's a decent answer. I could even sack 2 and awaken like my planes. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's get out of here. Planes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just allows us to attack this turn and puts like a little bit more pressure on our opponent. And unlike last game where we really needed all of our lands, like this game is looking more like we're able to do a little bit more. Like next turn, we can Unnatural Aggression down the Phoenix if they replay it, and then we'll have some. Okay. So what is this guy? It's a 4/3. Okay. So that doesn't keep us from getting in with our guy in the air. Seems fine. Forest was a good draw. Let's go ahead and attack just in the air. Let's see, if I attack with this, yeah, that's not where I want to be. We'll just pass. So this turn, if our opponent replays the Phoenix, we can fight it down with Unnatural Aggression and then anticipate as well. Like if they play it second main phase, we can go for that play. For 5, what is this? For 4. Playing the Firebird. I'm going to respond by anticipating. Just seeing what we've got here. Lumbering Falls versus another Sheer Drop. I think I'd rather have the Sheer Drop. Yeah. Lumbering Falls would be an okay draw, but I think Sheer Drop is even better. Okay. Let's go for the Unnatural Aggression here. If our opponent has a trick, then we're pretty sad, but looks like they passed. Okay. Plummet's decent as well. Let's go ahead and pluck away in the air some more. Like if our opponent's plan is to keep buying back the Firebird, we have like the tools to keep that from happening. Like we draw another land, we can awaken and kill the Firebird, the Sheer Drop. All right. You, sir, are gonna eat a Plummet here, right? Whenever you attack, sure. Just gonna respond and kill it now. No reason to dilly dally there. Opponent can't afford to attack this turn. The question is whether I want to attack. So if I attack, I lose my land here and get in for 4, put my opponent to 3, which puts them dead to our shenanigans. I think I still want to be a little bit more conservative. Or do I? It seems like they haven't had a removal spell for our flyer, but it seems like they've also thought they've had answers for our flyer. You know, I'm gonna swing in. Trades away their creature. We put them on a 1-turn clock, and like I even have like the blister pod to follow up, so it doesn't seem terrible. Of course, these sheer drops are looking a little bit awkward right now because like our opponent definitely wants to like kill this and put a blocker down. So like we may not be getting to deploy our sheer drop for a little while. All right, what is this? Planar Outburst. Ooh, no. We just lost our land creature. All right, well we're gonna have our one dude off of blister pod at least. So kudos to that. Oh, nice. That was an excellent draw. Because now our opponent needs another flying creature, and we just get to swing in here. Oh no! Come on, Magic Online. All right. So I clicked the attack and it unclicked the attack and then F2'd me. That's really annoying. God, that's so annoying because I probably would have killed my opponent on the following turn. 1 damage to each creature. Well, that's pretty good. We would have had our opponent at 2. Chasm Guide. This is Rally. Haste. All right. So he's getting us for 3. We can sheer drop this turn if we want to. Probably don't want to. Infiltrator seems like a great way to spend our mana. Can't be blocked, so it's a 3-turn clock. We can protect, we can keep our opponent off of anything broken with sheer drop. So they need another removal spell for this guy, or they're going to be in trouble. We're definitely not blocking if they attack. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. We should have them on a 2-turn clock because I missed that attack on the Scion. Like I clicked it, it turned red, and like then just like disappeared. So I think there was some sort of lag going on there. But whatever. Magic Online is Magic Online, and tends to do these things. Obviously, wouldn't be the first time that I've had some crazy Magic Online business. All right, cards annoying. Let's just have 6 through this. All right, gonna be very delicate here with how I take my turn. So, pass priority, declare attackers. All right, get in there. Okay, and I'm just gonna sheer drop the haste one. It's the same damage, and it represents more damage if our opponent has more allies in hand. Opponent's deck is sweet. Planar Outburst, the Angel that we had to pass. Yeah, they got like all of the Boiling Earth also seems really good. Like, I mean, it's extremely good against us, but it just seems good in general. Chasm Guide seems sweet. Like, I mean, I think a lot of our opponent's cards seem pretty good. Oh, we managed to exile the Firebird. Nice. Yeah. Like, our opponent's deck seems pretty good. Gonna be real salty if no. What happened? Sheer Drop. They awakened it. Yikes. No. Alright, so we're going to awaken our Sheer Drop and kill this guy. Oh, shoot. Clicked on the planes. Say cancel. Pass with awaken. Kill this guy. Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to take 3 down to 2 here. But that's only if our opponent has a follow-up blocker. Because if they don't, then they can't afford to make that attack. But they have 3 cards in hand, so we could very well just lose here. Oh my god, if they sheer dropped us again. Or if they just have a trick. Oh man, if they kill us with a trick here, it's going to be so sad. No. Alright. That was a great game. Yeah, I mean, like, we screwed up and we would have been 1 point short, so it's like at least good knowing that we didn't lose because of that. But yeah, that was a great game. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'm gonna see you guys next time.